Hello, Purple Rose here, and I'm continuing on in Markarth with the main quest. We just talked to Ardcadic and his advisor, Lady Belaine, and we have to go find Arana, the leader of these rebels, and she's a witch. And surprisingly, he doesn't want us to kill Arana, just talk to her and get her to not rebel.
I think we're ready for a fight, but Ardcadic listens to his keep witch, that Lady Belaine. She tells him that hiding behind these walls is the best course of action, or so I hear.
And she did.
Did you know that there are places in this city where you can pay to sleep in a bed and take a bath in hot water? That can't be good for you.
What? Taking a bath is always good.
Over here, my friend. How went your audience with the Ard?
It actually went rather well.
Before you run off, tell me about your audience with Ardcadic.
Ardcadic sent me to his advisor, Lady Belaine. They asked me to find the rebel leader, Arana.
Impressive. You accomplished more in mere moments than I've been able to do since I arrived in this savage land. We'll find Arana, see if the witch rebels will join our cause. I will continue my own investigations and meet you back here.
Well, being an adventurer and well-established traveler pays off. I've talked to highborns and lowborns. I've seen it all.
Not many outsiders appear before Ardcadic's throne and live to tell the tale. Since you're still alive, you must have won his favor. At least for now. In Markarth, you're useful or you're dead. Remember that.
I'll remember. And believe me, I'm useful. More useful alive than dead. So I have to find the rebels, which I think is outside the city. More towards that way. May as well continue this quest and then come back here in Markarth and do these other quests. Yeah, I might do that. So I've got to find the rebels.
I'll need this again tomorrow.
People are arseholes, plain and simple. Don't care what clan you come from or what you call yourself. I include myself in that. Never have liked people too much.
Okay. Not everyone's an asshole.
If you see any caterpillars around here, please handle them. And by handle, I mean kill them with as much savagery as you can. Those things kill my plant friends. Don't talk to me about butterflies either, I don't care.
Okay. I'll let you carry on with that.
Wonder what lives in the waters here. Might find a spot to drop a line one day. Some of the witches think it's a bad idea. They say I might catch a little dwarven machine shaped like a fish.
Ooh, that would be cool. Dwarven machine shaped like a fish. Never heard of such thing. With the dwarves, anything is possible. But yeah, I have to find the camp. Find this Arana. Talk her down. If I can. Yeah, it's interesting how the Reach respects their witches, which I guess are kind of like the Nord mages. But yeah, the witches are mainly females. And Lady Belaine was the keep witch. Oh, it's a mammoth. That's cool. Ah, stuck. someone dead down there. Yeah, I like how the witches are respected. So is this where the rebels are hiding out?
Hold there, outsider.
Come in peace.
These hills belong to the Reach folk, Rover. Turn around and go back the way you came, or I'll have your nose for a trophy.
Hey, don't touch my nose. I'm looking for the witch rebels. I need to speak to them.
Witch rebels, huh? That's just a label applied by the oppressors, don't you think? Look, we have enough trouble with those Greyhost bastards and Carrick's soldiers. We don't need a curious outsider blundering around and getting in our way too.
I'm not your enemy. I want to stop the Greyhost as well. I'm hunting the Greyhost too. I need to talk to your leader, Arana.
You're a hunter? Truly. Sounds more like Carrick and his keep witch getting up to more mischief. You want to befriend the witch rebels? Then prove it. The Greyhost has set up stockpiles nearby. Find out what they're storing, and then we'll talk.
That I can do. Alright, I'll investigate these stockpiles.
The stockpiles were spotted to the east and south. If you can find out what the Greyhost is using them for, then we'll owe you a favour. And true Reach folk never renege on a favour.
Okay. What do you expect me to find in these Greyhost stockpiles?
If I knew for certain, there'd be no need to have you go and take a look, would there? Probably supplies for their army. Though what vampires and werewolves need is anyone's guess. Ritual items, things for their harrowcraft. That's what I expect.
Harrowcraft, is that related to the Harrowstorms?
Aye. Harrowcraft is what we call the rituals we've seen the Greyhost perform when they summon those cursed storms.
I spent some time researching Harrowstorms in Western Skyrim.
Then you know the Greyhost has recruited Ice Reach witches to conjure up their storms. They use fetishes and alchemical mixtures in the rituals, so it makes sense they need a place to store those components.
True, maybe it's Nether. I heard them call you witch rebels. Are you a witch?
Are you daft, outsider? Do I look like a witch to you? A true witch has power, hears the spirits, knows the old words, commands animals, things like that. Some use their power to help. Others use it to kill. Ice Reach witches are particularly evil.
Yep, we've met them. Killed quite a few of them too. I fought the Ice Reach coven before.
Well, you'll probably have to fight them again. They stalk these hills like old ghosts. They're allied with the Greyhost now, don't you know? Greedy hags, the lot of them. I respect their strength, but their hearts are all twisted inside.
Carrick made peace with the Greyhost. Why are you still fighting?
There may be a peace of sorts inside Markarth, but out here we're outnumbered and fighting for our lives. Nothing unusual on that. We won't let the Greyhost desecrate our land, and we won't let Carrick give it away just to avoid a little blood.
Yeah. Between Carrick and the rebels, I think siding more to working with the rebels. And I think Verandis mentioned that too. I don't trust what the Greyhost has planned for Markarth and the people inside it. Because Lady Belaine wants them to stay inside Markarth. Witchpike fragment? Yeah, maybe they want to set off another Harrow storm in Markarth. A big Harrow storm like they tried in Solitude. So, I gotta get up there. Okay, let's try. So I found a way around. I think I go up through here. That Harrow storm I just missed. The Richwind Depths.
This one hates criminals, especially vampire criminals.
The Dusadaro! I'll be back for you. So that's a dwarven ruin, maybe? Dwarven ruins normally have that, but yeah, it is. Wonder what Medusa wants us to do in there. But no, we have to find the stockpile. The Greymoor Quarry. What could this be? Open this chest first, though. Tales of the Drawback Book 2. Oh! Yeah, Greymoor Quarry. I want to read that because the first one was interesting about the Daedric wolf. The next tale I wish to share deals with illness and treachery in the shadows of the Drawback Mountains. Enjoy the scare. The sleeping sickness of Cathwaston. While the Bellegarde town of Cathwaston in the Northern Reach has stood for generations, it has changed hands between the hardy Nords and the deceptive Reach folk more often than a gold coin in a sensual gambling den. Yet though troubling tales of treachery from this town are as common as grains of sand in Alakir, one tale of woe and death eclipses them all. The sleeping sickness of Cathwaston. 20 or so years ago it is said the Reach folk had once again pushed out the Nord inhabitants of Cathwaston, burned their homes and seized Cathwaston as their own. This Reach clan was particularly vicious, and those brave Nords who attempted to breach Cathwaston faced an army of both Reach folk and beast. These Reach folk, it is said, had made common cause with ravenous werewolves. The town remained in Reach hands for almost a year until Ulgar Stonebeard, a decorated Nord Reaver, met a powerful Reach witch known only as the Raven's Hand. It is said that Ulgar and the Raven's Hand first met on the battlefield, yet neither could best the other. After a 2-day conflict, they ceased their combat and broke bread. Ulgar then learned the Raven's Hand was no friend to the clan of reckless warriors in Cathwaston, and Ulgar, his warriors say, made a dark deal with this diabolical diva. The Raven's Hand took the field before Cathwaston, protected by Ulgar's warriors, and made many unclean sacrifices. Chanting words both fair and foul, she summoned a rain as black as pitch, a sorceress's storm that covered Cathwaston and its buildings in filth. Soon after, the screaming began. The gates opened and Reach warriors stumbled out shrieking as the very flesh on their bodies was seared away by the pitch-black rain. Even the Reach's mighty werewolves were afflicted, and their tortured howls were like those of wounded animals. Ulgar, his warriors reported, was delighted by the carnage and ordered his soldiers to charge into the town and dispatch of the Reach survivors. Yet even a host of hardy Nord warriors balked at stepping into town covered in sorcerous pitch. The Raven's Hand assured Ulgar the pitch would only harm the Reach folk and werewolves. Yet the Nords dared not trust the words of a witch of the Reach. The screams in the town chilled their bones. Seeing his warriors thus cowed, Ulgar cursed them all as cowards and strode into the town, hacking down those few stumbled Reach folk who tried to challenge him. And as he stood in the centre of the town, shouting for survivors to face his axe, a single drop of pitch landed on his brow. The drop of pitch grew upon Ulgar's helmet like a living thing, blossoming and covering his head like a shroud. Soon Ulgar's whole body was coated in a pitch, and he turned, the Nords said, to present a smile as black as death itself. Seeing treachery, the other Nords attacked the Raven's Hand, hoping to fell the ravenous witch who had taken their commander. Yet the Reach witch only laughed as their axes struck air and a swarm of ravens took to the skies, sounding their rapacious calls. And the Nords, as their now pitch-covered commander, advanced on them with sickness dripping off his seeping axe, fled the battlefield. To this day we hear tales of those who have seen a massive pitch-covered warrior prowling the shadows cast by the Jordak Mountains, wielding a dripping axe that melts both flesh and steel. As the laughter of the raven's hand follows in his wake, he is death grinning from ear to ear, hacking apart all who cross his path, the seeping sickness of Cathwaston. Well, interesting. That Harrowstorm is up, but we'll continue to this last stockpile. I can always do that later. Harrowstorms do look really cool.
The storm has not stripped you of your soul. We'll coax it from you yet.
They do look cool. How many people are here? No. No, we'll continue on. Can always do that later. Got plenty of time. So Greyhost is here. Bloodhound. Sorry, a death hound. Oh, another heavy sack. Flora and fauna of the Jordak Mountains. Don't really care about the plants. So, a letter from Sister Glenalt. Sister, these vampiric servants move like overstuffed hens, slow too slow. Our Ashen Lord demands more Harrowstorms, but what are we to do with bumbling oafs who can barely carry a box of turnips, let alone powerful reagents such as grey reliquaries and witchpike? Come to the gathering circle just northwest of the Vathum Barrow. Our friend in Markarth often meets with Greyhost leaders there. Perhaps she can convince the Exarchs to provide more suitable workers. So there's still some Exarchs alive. We did talk and meet all of the Exarchs in the Dream Walk in the prologue. At least I think that was all of them. So yeah, maybe we will see more of the Exarchs. I mean, we already killed Ulfra and Zengalis, but it would be nice to meet the others. Because, yeah, in that dream walk we talked to them peacefully as Verandas. But facing them as ourselves and fighting them would be a different matter entirely. Oh, it's a barrow. What are they after in here? Lady Belaine. I knew it.
I'm saving it for that rich witch.
Pentarch Haunting. Witch rebels continue to frustrate our efforts south and east of the city. Need I remind you that my intrigues in Markarth cannot bear fruit so long as these pugnacious curs run free. Repeated failures rarely go unnoticed, Pentarch. Your messenger delivered the Ashen Lord's summons without incident, a rare but welcome success. I will make my way to Vathum Barrow presently. Perhaps I won't tell our angst leader about your recent failures. Yep, she's a vampire.
This one, Tayfern. Come, Harrier. Give me your measure.
So that's Arana.
Oh, you wanted to talk to Orana? Well, now Orana wants to talk to you.
Interesting.
Tayfern told me about you, Harrier. You wanted to talk? Well, here I am. What will it be? A battle? I haven't turned anyone into a goat recently, but I'm willing to try if you so much as raise your weapon.
Wow, she's really cool. I like her horns. There must be ram horns with the helmet. I hope we'll be good allies. You're the leader of the witch rebels?
Why does everyone insist on calling us that? Tayfern, remind me to come up with a better name when time permits. As for later, well, I guide this gathering of rich folk if that's what you're asking. But what about you? Why are you here?
Lady Belaine sent me to find you, but according to this letter, she's working with the Greyhost. She's my enemy now.
Of course she is. She's a vampire, after all. We tried to slay her twice without much luck. Quick as a spooked hare, that one, and twice as cautious. We'll have her fangs soon enough, though. You can read? What else does that sheet of paper say?
I knew she was a vampire. Apparently she's meeting with the leader of the Greyhost in Valthum Barrow.
The leader? Now that's a worthy bit of news. Bones and birds guide us well, but there's no replacing a cunning hunter. Go to the Barrow, Harrier. Listen in on their meeting. Find out what Belaine and her master are up to, and I'll hear you out.
Alright, I'll find out what Lady Belaine and the Greyhost are up to.
The spirits will see you safely to Valthum, Harrier. After that, I suggest stealth and a strong blade.
I'm good at stealth. I'm a nightblade. Your rebellion, do you plan to overthrow Markarth?
Overthrow Markarth? What in the mirror's name would I do with all that dead stone? No, my purpose is clear. I need to help our people by shaking Caddoc out of his dream. If that doesn't work, I'll split his skull and let it spill out on its own.
Dream? What dream is that?
Caddoc's dream of being king. Oh, he has a true heart. In better times, he's a fine leader. But we face a lean season. We're hungry. But instead of filling the larder, he dreams of a golden crown. His foolish pride has brought this upon our people.
Yeah. He rules Markarth. Shouldn't he be crowned the Reach King?
Not yet. Not until all the beasts of the woods howl his name. And every day he heeds Belaine is another day he proves me right. The Greyhost has dark plans for Markarth. Caddoc's stubbornness will get everyone in that city killed.
Are you really a witch? Well, she did threaten us by turning us into a goat.
I am, and a fine one at that. What, never met a witch before, Harrier?
I have. None quite like you, though.
I'm sure. We're not all like the blood-sucking Belaine, or my misguided sisters from Icereach, though. Some of us aren't over-enthusiastic malcontents with a penchant for violence and destruction. Not all the time, anyway.
Yeah, like everyone else. Does your power come from Daedra?
Daedra? Oh, the spirits. The old ones. Yes, I've heard them called that. The world is full of whispers, for those with the patience to hear. Most them bloods are just too busy begging pardons from dead gods to pay attention. Pity.
But you do worship the Daedra princess.
Daedra, spirits, crows. It's all the same. Where you see evil gods, we see teachers. Cruel ones, for certain. But that's the world, right? A stone will kill you if it strikes your head. But lifting the same stone makes us strong.
Suppose she's kind of right. The Aedra, I think, are long dead. Correct me if I'm wrong. But the Daedra are still alive. And my character follows Azura, so tell me about you and your rebels.
What's to tell? I'm a proud woman of the Reach, a daughter of wind, sweat, and the rich soil. As for my brothers and sisters, they're good Reach folk, every last one of them. They mind the spirits and love the land. The real question is, who are you?
Who am I? I'm Rosa Dragos.
A fine name, I suppose, for an outsider. But what's in your heart? Most Thin Bloods come to the Reach wheezing under the weight of their purses and writ laws. You, though. I smell the blood of the Reach in you. Not much, but maybe it's enough.
Really? But I'm a dark elf. Blood of the Reach?
Aye. Free blood. That's what the Reach is. Freedom. In the Reach, we do as we please. Only way to stop us is to kill us. And we don't die easy. Same goes for you, I'd say.
Yeah. Technically I've died, but come back, because I'm the vestige. Maybe I have Reach blood in me from a distant ancestor. I like her. She tells how it is.
Alright, you got what you came for. Now go to the barrow and do what Arana asked.
So, gotta go to Valthu Barrow, which is over that way. So yeah, we met Arana. Pretty cool. Her and Tafer. I like him too. We haven't talked to him much. But yeah, I do like Arana. So I have to go to that Valthum Nord Barrow now and find out what Greyhost is planning. And Lady Belaine is a vampire. So it'll be interesting to continue this story. I'm loving the Reach aspect of this, learning more about their culture, their witches. So yeah, looking forward to continuing this. I'm going to end this one here, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.